Hello, third grade mathematicians. Today we're going to be working with word problems that involve gram units. And you're going to be expected to read a word problem, identify the known information, what you're looking for, draw out a bar model to label your thinking, label the bar model appropriately, and then solve using a number sentence or a number equation, and then solve for that unknown. So let's get started. A bottle of sauce has a mass of 560 grams. The empty bottle has a mass of 305 grams. How many grams of sauce are there in the bottle? So we know some information. We know that we have the bottle and the sauce together weigh 506 grams. Then we know that that is the whole. Okay? What we also know is that the empty bottle, the bottle itself, weighs about 305 grams. And so that is part of both the bottle and the sauce. So that is a part, okay? And what we're looking for right now is how many grams of sauce are there in the bottle itself. So we're going to have to start drawing a bar model to represent our thinking. So we have the whole bar as 560 grams, a part as 305 grams, and then we are looking for the other part. So here's what I have drawn as a bar model. The whole bar this would represent both the bottle and the sauce as 560 grams. And then I'm thinking that 305 grams is a part. 305 is slightly more than half of 560. So if I draw a bar on top to cover up the larger portion, that would be what the bottle weighs. So 305 is the other known part. So we have the whole as 560 and we have a part as 305. This is the unknown. So this is what we are looking for. This is how many grams of sauce there are in the bottle. So in order to find the missing part, you would have to take the whole, subtract one part to get the missing part. So our number sentence would look like this. 560 grams minus 305 grams equals question mark. Then let's solve for it. 560 grams minus 305 grams equals 255 grams. There is 255 grams of sauce in the bottle. So do you see how I've included all parts of the word problem? I've drawn a bar, a part, whole. I've labeled with the known information and the unknown. I've written a number sentence including all of these parts, and then I've even solved for it with a word sentence below. So this is what you're expected to do. Let's do one more, and then I'll take a look at the independent work that you have to do today. So a lobster has a mass of 900 grams. A crab has a mass of 550 grams. Which is heavier, the lobster or the crab? How much heavier is the lobster or the crab? Okay, so if we look at it, we have the lobster's weighing 900 and the grams and the crab is weighing 550 grams. I'm assuming you pretty much can tell which one is bigger. The lobster is bigger. So we're going to draw a bar model. Obviously, the lobster's bar is going to be longer because this one is comparing the two sizes of the lobster between the lobster and the crab. So I'm going to draw a bar representing the lobster. This is a longer bar because the crab weighs less and has less mass. So the crab is a smaller bar. And then I labeled each bar as L for lobster and C for crab. This is what we're looking for, the difference between the lobster and the crab. Okay? So if you think about it, it really is this portion right here. We are measuring or looking for this portion right here. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Okay, so let's keep going. I labeled the information from the word problem into the bars. This is 900 grams and this is 550 grams, and we are looking for the difference between. So again, if we're looking for the difference, what operation are we going to be using? You're right, we're going to be using subtraction. So I'm going to write a subtraction sentence. 900 grams minus 550 grams equals question mark. So I'm going to solve for that unknown. 900 grams minus 550 grams equals 350 grams. So now I'm going to use that information into a word sentence. The lobster weighs 350 more grams than the crab. So let's take a look at the work that you have today. Here's your exercise. It's going to be from workbook page 15 and 16, but what you will notice is that each of these problems are given one page instead of all on 2 pages. That's because we want you to have enough space to draw your bar model, solve, and then use a word sentence. So let's take a look at the first one, and this example will be there for you when you guys go off and do your own. So you could have one as an example. Let's read the word problem. It says, Cheryl brought some flour to bake muffins. She used 785 grams and had 145 grams left. How much flour did she have at first? So if you look at this information, it's telling us that she used 1 part of the amount of flour, 785 grams, but then she still had 145 grams left. So what we're looking for is how much she had at first, which means we're looking for the whole, okay? So if I were to draw a bar model, I would come up here to shapes. I would choose a rectangle, and I'm going to draw 785 grams. And then I'm going to draw next. I'm going to possibly, I can make the line a little thicker around side. I can change the color if I want inside. I wouldn't do too dark of a color, but let's maybe choose yellow. And then if you click inside, you can actually type on it. So I'm going to make this I'm going to make this centered, okay? And I'm going to label that 785 grams. Now, she also then used she had left 145 grams left of the flour that she started with. So let's draw another rectangle next to it. And let's kind of have it look like it's attached. And it's going to be slightly smaller than the other bar because, again, 785 is a lot, and then 145 is a small amount. You can thicken the border again. You can make it a different color, or you can make it the same color. I might make it a slightly different shade of yellow, and then I'm going to click inside, and I'm going to center it, and I'm labeling it as 145 grams. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the whole. So I'm going to draw some lines to represent the whole, okay? And it might take you a little while to do this. So here's one line, and then I'm going to draw another line. This is going to be for my bracket. And then I'm going to draw another line. Okay, so now I have the lines, and if you want, you can change the thickness of the line. You can make them darker just so that you can see this a little bit more. Make it black and a little bit thicker so that we can see, and then I need a text box for my question mark. And I'll make it centered too. And if you want, you can also change the size of the font if you want. You can make it a little bit bigger so you can see. Okay, so now I have my bar model labeled. Now I'm going to need to solve for it. So I'm going to create another shape, and I'm going to write my work down here. Okay, and I might make it a little bit bigger so that we can see, and now I'm going to start solving for it. So we know that it's 785 grams plus 145 grams equals the whole. So I'm looking for a part plus another part equals the whole. So let's solve for that. 785 grams, I might put a little space between there, 785 grams plus 145 grams equals 930 grams. So my word sentence would be, Cheryl had 930 grams of flour at first. and that's how you would show your work. So if you look, you have a couple of different word problems to use, and you have more than enough space to do your work. We like to see you have a bar model here, labeled with all the known information and the question mark, and then you can create a text box or include a shape below to show your work inside. So this way you have a little bit more space to do all of the other problems. So I'm just going to keep this here. When you guys go and copy your slides to the slideshow today, you will have this example there for you to refer to. Good luck.